Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up, and honey, okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Okay, and we're back. Okay, hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I am back for Ratchet Reality, which is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I'm seeing that there are only like 34 people in here. Either y'all really don't care about this review or notifications are going out slowly. Either way, I'm not gonna wait that long. Okay, once y'all start giving me thumbs up that y'all can see and hear me clearly, then we'll go ahead and get into the notes, because it wasn't a lot, y'all. Thanks for getting me through the last few hours at work. Oh, no problem, love. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it then. Okay, Kirk and Rasheeda's kids get into it. Something is wrong with Kai's old lady. They're all problematic as fuck. They eventually fire the kids, but want to help them open their own businesses. Okay, let's discuss that. Something is wrong with Kai and his girlfriend. Not only is the girlfriend on camera at the new press store opening, because Rasheeda's opening her new press store, right? And all these people are there. It's a public event, y'all. It's a big deal. Press number 2. Why is Kai's girlfriend pointing her middle finger at Sierra, Kirk Jr.'s girlfriend, from across the room? Now, if let me remind y'all that Kirk Jr.'s girlfriend, Sierra, Crystal, whatever the fuck her name is, she's responsible for stealing food. Okay? She's responsible for stealing food, and they still retained employment with her. I don't understand. I don't understand how they continued employment. Like, it made no sense to me how last episode y'all were giving them another chance. This episode, we've now decided we're going to fire everybody, and it took them getting into a fucking fight, getting into a damn near physical altercation, where it was shown that your son Kai does not know how to control himself as a young man. Something is wrong with Kai. I don't know what y'all did to Kai. But first of all, child, I thought Kai was gay because we had seen Kai's booty hole on the internet years ago. First of all, you know, straight men just ain't out here showing their booty hole to people. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got a girlfriend. She's pretty, but she's aggy, ignorant, and out of pocket as fuck. Okay? I'm sorry. But for you to be at your boyfriend's mama's event, the same people that keep giving y'all job after job, and for you to sit up there pointing your middle finger, trying to start a fight and all of that shit. I'm sorry, y'all, I thought my lip stuff was right here. You know, I just kind of felt like, no, she needs to go. She needs to go. All of these little young people need to fucking go. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me why they would continue to employ them. But it's probably because they wanted to wait until the end of the season to do it so that they can have a full storyline. Because y'all know, if anybody knows about how to create a real storyline from their made up drama, it's Kirk and Rasheeda. Okay. But either way, the way Kai was screaming and howling at his sister, and I like that Kirk Jr. got in his face and was like, but you fucked up, because right now it's your girl and your sister, and you only over here screaming in your sister's face. I couldn't even understand what he was saying or what he was screaming about. Talking about, I love y'all. Nigga, I can't tell because you being mad, violent, and aggressive toward your sister. Like, I don't know what the fuck wrong with Kai, but for Rasheeda to have to come and get him, where was Kirk? Like, I'm trying to understand how your son, your grown ass son, is screaming in your daughter's face and everybody's just standing there letting it happen until it went on for too long. And then somebody wanted to come in and tell him he needed to calm down. He should have been calmed down. It should have never got to that point, because your fucking girlfriend came in here on bullshit. And then when shit went down, you want to be screaming at your sister. You and the fucking girlfriend need to go somewhere. I don't know what's going on with Rasheeda and Kirk, but something is wrong with Kai. And that tells me that that's a mistake y'all made. Who's been raising Kai while y'all been on Love and Hip Hop going through all of this bullshit? Okay? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but the shit annoyed me to no end. The way the boy was just going off, like his mama and daddy ain't right there, and he just screaming and howling. When it comes to Kirk and Rasheeda and their business, according to public records, Kai's name is on a few of them businesses. Why? I know y'all want to give y'all children generational wealth, but I need for those children to be able to procure, to work, to care about those businesses. Because right now it seems like y'all are giving money and giving time and effort to spoiled ass children who don't value what you're giving them. That's what it feels like, Rasheeda and Kirk. That's what it feels like. Your kids are assholes, and you're allowing them to be assholes, and then continuing to reward them for being assholes. And then you're going to cry about it later and make me feel bad for you. Because I absolutely felt bad for Kirk. First time since I've been watching these motherfuckers that I've ever felt bad for Kirk. But I did. Because I recognized that Kirk came from nothing. Kirk sold drugs. Kirk, latched himself on to young female rappers in the 90s. He was doing all of this to make sure that he would not have to struggle. Okay? So he, after doing all of the stealing, drugging into whatever the fuck, Kirk didn't have to do to get where they are today, they're now handing their children legit businesses. Handing y'all money, hand over fist, generational wealth. And the kids are like, who the fuck cares about this? I just want to argue with my siblings about my girlfriend. It's no reason. I knew they was killing me with the notifications, y'all. But just catch that playback part, because I'm about to, reiterate how Kirk and Rasheeda are out here just continuing to be just ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous to me for them to allow their children to be spoiled ass brats on this show and then to obstruct their businesses in this way. This is just stupid to me. But I understand. I understand that you want to help your wayward children. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you want them to have and you want them to not struggle. So I knew I was sitting on it. But ultimately, they're not prepared mentally for the responsibility you're trying to put on them. And that's just how I feel about it, based off what we've seen. The way Kai likes to scream at his sister, y'all, I'm not a fan. Honestly, I don't like when men think it's okay to scream and get all in women's faces like that. That's some bitch assness to me. Those are anger issues that you have that you need to deal with. So Rasheeda, I need for you to talk to Kai, because he looks the most like you. I need you to talk to Kai and try to understand why he thinks it's okay or appropriate for him to be violent that way with his sister. And I'm not saying he put his hands on her, y'all, but the way he was screaming at her, y'all, that shit would make me nervous because I would assume that your next thing would be to put your hands on me if you were a dude screaming at me like that. Just saying. It definitely reminded me of the way Martell was screaming on his last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? But either way, Kirk and Rasheeda, please do something with your wayward kids. Please don't come back for season 11 with this same situation because y'all been complaining about them badass kids for a while. Later on, we see that they told the kids, the girlfriends and their kids, that y'all can no longer work at any of our businesses, but we will help y'all get y'all own businesses. And I was just like, go ahead and waste your time and money. To me, I would let them motherfuckers figure it out for themselves. And when they have a viable business plan, something that they are very passionate and serious about, then I will help them. Other than that, y'all need to get the fuck out of my face and figure out how you're going to live off of what I'm already giving you. You know, obviously, y'all have put these kids' names on the businesses, so that means that checks should be coming to them from those businesses, no matter if they work or not. So if that's the case, I'm definitely going to need for y'all to tell them that they can either come up with something else or just receive what is already being given to them. But I don't think they should ever like be running, you know, own businesses like that. Kelsey is the only one that seems to have sense. So if she has her own lash business, then that's what the fuck they need to be promoting. Why do you not have an esthetician's license? Does she have an esthetician's license? And what I mean by this, why you don't have your own little spa where you do does she have that, or is she just going around doing a girl's lashes via Cash App? Let us know, because I ain't never heard of her business. Kai's girlfriend is his beard. They've been exposed to him, unfortunately. I think he struggles with his sexuality and takes it out on women. Well, that's what I was insinuating, but I'm glad that you verbalized it in that way. Thank you so much, Brittany. Okay, I don't think Kirk care about Kelsey business. Oh. So he care about the son's lack thereof businesses, but not his daughter. Y'all know that's how these niggas be. They only want to put all of their effort and time and care into their sons, but not their daughters. And their daughters are the ones that actually are doing what needs to be done. Lord, I'ma let it go. The way they locked the girlfriend out the store had me dying. And then she was out there sliding all on the pavement and shit. I was like, what is going on? Like, she needs to go. She needs to go. He needs to go. Anger management. Get it the fuck together. I'm over it. Okay. So y'all, Jock, my song, if you gonna keep coming on Love and Hip Hop to be, you know, the what, like mental awareness, pro-black, basically all of the positives, all of the conscious parts of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta seem to come with Tamika Amari in my song, okay? And really more so my son. So for me, I feel like my son needs to just come his ass on the show and have a fucking storyline. If not, what are you here for? How many times you gonna pop up? Listen, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Listen, Linda. I know y'all are trying to be conscious. Y'all are trying to elevate the mindset of the young people watching your show, and I appreciate that. But I'm gonna need for y'all to find a fucking balance because it doesn't feel balanced. Jock, My Son, and Mendices get the young-ish, get the young, kids and all of that. Y'all know they just get all of the men together so that they can have like this mental health talk. And I feel like Mendices did this when he was about to go to jail, but that was more so about trying to get these young black men to not sell dope and go to jail like him. And this is more so a conversation about mental health that came up and came into play because of Scrappy. And Safaree, Briscoe, Scrappy, Jock, Mendices, Kirk, everybody's there, right? Kirk, I'm realizing now that you're coloring your hair because you're graying, but you've never had a receding hairline, but you're coloring your hair so it makes you look like, one of those old niggas that sings blues music that colors their hair because they want to look young. You look a mess. That's all I wanted to say. Safaree talks about how he is running away from his family because he doesn't want his children to hear yelling. Because hearing your motorcycle drive off into the distance, never to be seen again, that's much better. Not to say that the kids will never see him again, y'all, but I'm sorry, abandonment issues might be more fucked up than growing up in a household with parents that argue. because parents argue, y'all. It may give your kids anxiety, but they won't have abandonment issues, and you won't be trying to understand why your daughter is making terrible decisions in men and, doing all of this whole shit. You won't have to ask yourself those questions because you will have been there hands-on in an everyday basis with your kids. But you niggas don't want to do that. Safaree, I think it's so funny that you really sat up there and was like, I don't want my kids to hear arguing. No, nigga, you don't want the full weight and responsibility of what you signed up for, and you're looking for a reason to run. I almost think you start arguments with Erica on purpose so you can blame her for why you're running away, when the truth of the matter is you just don't want to do the hard work that it is to be a husband and a father to two small children. To me, Kelsey is a licensed lash tech. I guess she's working on her becoming a certified esthetician for Insta is Frosted Minx. Okay, good for her. Girl, you better get your bread, Kelsey. Okay, I'm sorry, but when Kirk cried, it made me laugh because he never shows his emotions. That's why I got emotional, because he never shows his emotions. It sounds like not emotional, but felt for him. Clean up their image. Man, let me tell y'all something. You know what aggravates me? George Floyd and Black Lives Matter is a white people problem. And what I mean by that is white people are the ones that need to deal with their racism. White people are the ones that need to deal with their hate and their xenophobia and them constantly trying to keep everyone from having the same as they do. They need to deal with that shit. Why does George Floyd and Black Lives Matter mean that VH1 has to force the black people to do something about an issue that is happening with white people? Why? That annoys me, that we have to do the cleanup for shit that y'all create. Fuck out of here. We should still be allowed to be nuanced and ignorant like everybody else. Put this shit on white people shows. Whatever the shows that white people watch, put all of this racial shit on their shows, because they're the ones that need the lesson. We already know what's going on because it's happening to us. VH1, this ain't the way. This ain't the way. I don't want to hear this shit from y'all. I don't. I'm sure there is, which is why we just saw Mendices taking pictures with Jay-Z. And that's when you impregnate the right bitch. Shout out to Mendices. She has a shot, but it was closed when the Panini press kicked off. Okay, got you. But yes, back to the conversation amongst the men, which I feel like was really healthy. But Safaree, get the fuck out of here with that. Scrappy feels like Safaree is giving up way too early, and that made him feel like he absolutely wants to fight for his family, for his marriage. He said, I'm not ready for it to not be me and Bam. I saw Scrappy on live today talking about, how people be getting up there so they can hate women and hate men and hate on gay people. At the end of the day, I'm worrying about my kids and what I got going on in my life. I don't have time or energy to be worrying about hating other people. I say, you know what, Scrappy, I'm grateful and I'm proud of your growth. I've been watching Scrappy for a long time. Y'all know I got a crush on young Merlot. All right. But to see him become evolved, to see him become a man of substance, to see a man, see him become a man that respects women, that promotes respect, that leads by example, like all of that shit. Like I feel like we've always seen that Scrappy had like, hood nigga with a heart of gold type of situation. He mean well, he just be fucking up. And when we meet Mama D, we know it's not his fault. Because he got a good heart. So when I heard what Scrappy was saying, not only about wanting to grow old with Bambi, but also, wanting to have conversations and deal with their feelings. Honestly, this was the one part of it that I was here for. This is what y'all should be doing. Y'all should be talking about how the issues we have as young Black people need to result in us going to therapy to work on ourselves. There needs to be a beginning, middle, and an end to this shit. Instead of, Carly Red and them just going through the same cycles of bullshit year after year after year. No, y'all need to have people come on here who have issues, help them get help for those issues, and then cycle their asses out and bring in the next group of people, instead of trying to create drama and trauma with people that have been here for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really appreciated Scrappy this episode. We'll get into why else I appreciated him, but this specifically, like him using the situation with Safaree to say that's not what I want. I don't want to give up on my family that soon. I appreciate that. And then Kirk talks about the kids fighting and how hard it is. And when he started crying and getting emotional and all of that, I was glad to see that, because I really do feel like a lot of these men have been holding shit in for so long. They really need to learn how to cry and let shit out. I never understood women who are, women are more so a lot, not as much, black people specifically aren't allowed to have feelings. And that goes back to slavery. It all goes back to slavery, y'all. You can't complain, you can't cry, you can't be in pain, you have to suck it up. We then transition slavery, slave owner to slave mentality into our parenting. You know what I'm saying? And then that becomes a part of how black people, deal. No emotion, keep going. It's not healthy, it's not sustainable. If there are women out there that feel like their men shouldn't cry, I know that, that's something that y'all probably have felt. You need to grow the fuck up. You need to grow up. People cry. Okay? What the fuck I'm gonna walk around with a knot in my throat for, all hurting and shit in my throat, because you feel like it's a bad thing for me to have the very natural response to crying or have an emotion about things that are hard to deal with. I tell y'all all the time, all you are your feelings. All you are your feelings at the end of the day. Okay? And what I mean by that is, to ignore what you think and feel is crazy, because all you do all day is think and feel. Like that's all you do is think and feel. And to ignore that is abuse. And for black people to continue to inflict that abuse on ourselves, that's the real mind fuck of it all. That's the real mind fuck of it all, y'all. Anyway, Black men's mental health counsel scenes are nice to see. The rest of the episode could have been thrown out. Yup, cry. Yup, cry. Yeah, you cry, you getting a beating. Like, yeah, like, if I give you something to cry about. The fuck? You already gave me something to cry about, nigga. That's why I'm crying. The fuck is you talking about? Stop saying shit like that to your kids. It doesn't make sense. I never thought Safaree was genuine with Erica. Even at the wedding, he seemed like he was acting. I think he liked her for superficial reasons, and unfortunately, she was all in. I'm glad you said that, because I do feel that way, but I don't feel like Erica is being disingenuous. Like, I feel like Erica is 100% involved in what they have going on. Scrappy has come a long way. Yes, he has. That's my personality, feeling like I have to keep going and can't complain no matter how tough it is. That's not your personality. That's something instilled in you in this society as a Black person. Know that. That's not your personality. Okay? That's something that they push on us. You know what I'm saying? Child, that's what we've all been saying. That's what we've all been saying. Okay? But let's move on from there. Child, that's what I can appreciate about Rasheeda. You ain't never see Rasheeda have no merited conniption because somebody was talking about her son was gay, but also they didn't talk about it on the show, so I'll let it go. Anyway, so yeah, they had the conversation. It was a good conversation. I need for y'all to have more moments like that, where y'all are telling Black men that they need to talk about their feelings, cry when they need to, but they need to process their emotions, understand them, so that they can be better at controlling your emotions. Okay? It's not about pushing your feelings away. It's about feeling them, understanding them, and controlling them. Okay? That's what it's about. It's called adulting. Some of y'all don't know how to do that. You should take some deep breaths and learn. It's hard, trust me, but you should try. Just saying. Deep breaths, y'all. Thank you, Erica Sherry. The problem with these shows is they have no cast interactions. That's why Potomac is thriving. Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta not doing that. They suck. They have cast interactions, but it's not as good as Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, for sure. I cannot wait to see this next season of Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. Do you think some of the dumb decisions and immaturity that Safaree shows in his relationship with Erica is because of his relationship with Nicki Minaj? Yes, absolutely. I think even though he's an asshole, there was something about their relationship that felt like she constantly demeaned him and held over his head that she was Nicki and he was just the hype man, boyfriend, assistant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me feel like she treated him in a way that made him feel undervalued. So now every woman after her has to pay for what he went through in that relationship. It definitely feels that way. Safaree never at home married Erica because his biological clock was ticking. I don't think he really loved Erica. She was a convenient way to get children. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But anyway, y'all, so Spice has her album release party. Justin is there and he's apologetic. I mean, she's apologetic. Basically, Spice apologizes to her boyfriend, Justin, for saying that she was single. And I was like, you are single though. You're not married. You're single. I know y'all don't like when I say that. Y'all be getting real mad because y'all like to feel like y'all relationships are equal or damn near, the same as a marriage. I'd like to tell y'all, as somebody that was in a long-term relationship and that is now married, it's not. It's not. It's not the same. I'm sorry. Asada, thank you for the super chat. I'm so tired of Safaree. So disrespectful to Erica. It's sad. And he continues to disrespect her. Safaree don't want to be married, being in a marriage at all. No, he doesn't. He wanted a baby mama. That's what was real. That's what's true tea. The nigga wanted a baby mama. But Spice and Justin, I was like, why are you apologizing to him? Wasn't he the one trying to get you to change your image? I feel like they started storylines and just dropped them off. Like that was another one that I feel like we should have saw more of a resolve with. That was bullshit to me. And I still am like, when did Spice's ass get fake? Scrappy invites Mama D, Bam, Mendici, Sierra, and Yandy to a New Jack City / Martin setup. Y'all, this is why Scrappy is a nigga after my own heart. This is a bullshit scene for sure. Basically, Scrappy wants to get to the bottom of what was said between Mama D and Sierra in Dubai about Bam taking Scrappy for money he don't have, child. And like I told y'all, Sierra did not say that. Okay, Sierra just said that Bam is thinking about leaving the house and getting a divorce. But I'm annoyed because both Scrappy and Bam had thrown the divorce word around many times. Okay, and she said that, he said that, so nobody should be mad because they threw out the divorce word, because both of them have been saying that shit to other people, right? Mama D is the one that came in with the, she gonna try to take him for all he got, and we got lawyers and all of that bullshit. Girl, stop. Okay, stop. Bambi and her 3 children already have the key to the kingdom, if you did not know. Okay, but anyway, he brings them all together with the stuffed dog and shit, petting the stuffed dog and all of that. And it was just funny. It was stupid. It was funny. And, that's why I say that Scrappy is a nigga after my own heart, because that's my favorite scene. Like, that's my favorite episode from Martin. Besides the, best friend, she's so real episode, y'all, which is like in season 3, right before Martin and Gina got married. That's my favorite episode. And this episode right here, where bruh man borrowed Martin's CD player and Martin thought one of the friends had stole it and had everybody show up to the house dressed in all black, like the scene from New Jack City when the Carter got busted in. And, we had to find out what had happened. You know what I'm saying? Keisha, done a man. Don't nobody know nothing. I'm sorry, y'all. I was dying laughing. I really enjoyed that little scene. It was just funny to me. But anyway, y'all, wasn't nothing there. Safaree and Erica meet up at the house and argue about him not being there, and her having to be mommy and daddy to their children. He says that he called the police on her because she picked up sharp objects and she was throwing stuff at him and flipping out. She says that he doesn't want to be a father, and he says that he wants to be there as much as he can. Very conflicting stories. I don't know if Erica threw knives at Safaree, but if she did, I still would not be that upset with her because he is infuriating. And I can only imagine being pregnant, hormonal, stressed out, and his wife. See, I can emotionally detach from this situation because I don't know this nigga. I don't have to deal with him and his wayward big ass penis. I don't have to deal with that. So I don't have to be hurt. But if I was her, dealing with the fact that nigga made all them promises and then he repeatedly goes out on social media, disrespects her, and then tells her that it doesn't matter, it's not real. Nigga, I don't know what's real or what's fake from you because you seem like a disingenuous fake ass person, Safaree. You don't seem real. You don't seem like you understand responsibility. You just seem like somebody that's going around bullshitting and being fugazi, getting what you can get and skating along. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm over Safaree. I do feel bad for Erica because I do feel like this is one of those times when you wasn't even interested in the lame ass nigga and he begged and begged and begged and you thought finally let me give a nice guy a chance. You fall in love, get married, get pregnant a second time, and now all of a sudden this is too much responsibility for his 40-year-old ass. He can go to hell. Erica, if you can get, money out of him, because I don't know what he's got going on, but if you're gonna get money from that sex toy line, girl, you should go ahead and do that. Okay. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's all Safaree's fault. It's not all his fault, but here's the thing. Safaree gets to run away from responsibility, leaving Erica holding the bag. And everybody expects for Erica not to be upset or act irate about that. But that shit is infuriating. And if I was her, I probably would have set his shit on fire. I probably would have burned him at the stake. I probably would have tried to, I would have tried to do all of that shit to him. There's no way. Because the disrespect is up here and then he laughs in her face about it, y'all. Like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Child, I just knew marriage was nothing but a piece of paper until I got married. Definitely wrong. I keep telling people it is so different once it happens. And that's why when married people be telling y'all, you don't need to rush when they tell, especially when married women tell other women that, why are you rushing to get married? It's not a finish line, bitch. If you're not ready for that, don't do it. If the relationship is not good, don't do it. We tell y'all this all the time because we know any issues that you have before you get married, once you get married, those issues only get amplified, get harder, get worse. That Scrappy scene was levity for a heavy episode. Yeah. Did I already miss Miami? No. Erica seems dejected. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like if anybody has seen, like if y'all go back and watch the older episodes of Love and Hip Hop New York when Erica was on one, I think that y'all will have a better understanding of her because I think you can see the growth in Erica. I don't see it in Safaree at all. Agreed. Safaree wasn't saying everything, but he said she threw things, pulled knives. I know about others, but in West Indian household, you will get stabbed. She probably did. She probably did. She pulled knives. Yeah. It's 98.999 Safaree's fault. Like, I'd say about 80-20. I'd say about 80-20. Because to me, I feel like it's terrible when y'all don't give the women a break. Y'all don't give the women a break. You know what I'm saying? Deal with it all. Be a single mom. Don't be mad. Don't respond. Be the bigger person. Don't ask for too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always too much for me. They used to have a YouTube channel and he seemed like he was really, we know. We was there, girl. We all thought that he really loved her. And now when it comes time to show it, when shit is hard, he running like a little bitch. Something changes when you get married. And we were together 7 years before we got married. Can't explain it. Bruh, that's why when everybody is so surprised that Miguel and his wife broke up after 17 years and have only been married for 2, I said, no, that's usually how these things can happen. If y'all waited a very long time to get married, it's usually because y'all were like basically just holding on and thinking that marriage was going to reignite something. And it does for a moment, but it's only a moment. Eventually the issues you have are going to be the issues you have, We saw her nerve on her forehead. What you mean, her vein that she be having on her forehead? She kicked her ex in the face in mid walk down the street. He mad because she's throwing stuff. I forgot about that. Erica always fights like a asshat, and that is problematic. Rich didn't make her any promises, nor did Peter, and she was a gutter snipe when dealing with them. Okay. I guess. I mean, yeah, like I wasn't on Erica's side back then either. But I feel like this is a different situation. You know what I'm saying? Like he absolutely made promises. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different situation. And I also feel like her ability to not fight with him on camera is another piece of growth. She kicked, yeah, I said that. Someone just dropped off ISO T samples from my coworker. Is this a sign?
I don't know, but y'all know I sell it. So if you want to get it, you can order it from me. Dating and marriage is so different. You see all their flaws when you live together, but when you're dating, it's always your best foot forward. Yes. She fights nasty. He likely left the house and was outside, so she couldn't lie to the cops and say he beat her up. I don't think she would anyway. Oh Lord, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but here for the review. All right. Nikki stabbed him. He better be lucky she only pulled knives. Ooh. I don't think anybody should be that angry, but I also feel like bitch be pregnant and hormonal. You know what I'm saying? Like charge it to the game, nigga. Don't be impregnating crazy bitches then. Safaree should have just left her alone to begin with. He wanted a trophy, not to mention he had issues with her weight during her pregnancy. Superficial. Y'all remember when he said that shit and then tried to act like that's not what it was? That was when I was like, yeah, something wrong with this nigga. I empathize with Erica, but she needed to be humbled. She was stalking Sin with her nonsense. She ain't grow. Um, yes, true. She definitely did that shit with Sin. So yeah, I got you there. But I also feel like nobody deserves to not have their husband be an active part of their child's lives. I don't think that one equals the other. Um and another thing is like being a better person doesn't necessarily mean being a perfect person. So she might still be being an asshole online, but that doesn't mean that she's still walking around acting in the same way that she did when she was younger. But I understand what you mean. Erica is another, problematic person. But in a situation between she and Safaree, all I see is a stressed out pregnant lady whose house got broken into, who husband barely comes home and then doesn't want to really be responsible for their children while she's trying to keep another baby in her body so that it can grow. Like I'm sorry, but it's just at this moment all I can see is Safaree not doing what he's supposed to be doing as a man. A funny thing, I've been where Erica has in fact dealt with the same type of individual. She truly has grown and I feel bad for her. Not Shad Moss. Too funny. Safaree treating her like a side chick, and that's not cool at all. How was Safaree able to be with Nikki for 12 years and not with Erica? Child, money. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Love and Hip Hop Miami, y'all. Okay. Hold up. Let me blow these notes up. So, y'all, let's start off with Suki. All right. So, Suki was in the studio with her road manager, Kelly. His haircut. Why though? Okay. So, it seemed as if like it was faded out all on the sides and a little bit at the top. But then there's this patch back here that has like a long braid or something, a long like set of locks. I was like, so you only have hair in this hair? Okay. I'm gonna let it go. But she canceled the grand opening. Poor cousin Isaiah, and his sweaty ass is having a hard time. Y'all know what I don't like? That Suki is always telling people to stop sweating. Why is your fat ass not sweating? I'm sorry, y'all, but fat puss, fat titties, fat ass, all shoved into tight ass, elastic clothing. Why are you not sweating? It's Miami. It's humid. Why are you not sweating? At least titty sweat. Explain to me. You all stuffed into your fucking clothes. Why the hell you not sweating? Always want to point out somebody sweating, bitch. It's hot. It's hot. Anyway, she wants a tiger for her photo shoot, y'all. She want a big cat for her photo shoot. I said, don't get ate by that big cat. So I said, and first of all, where is this legal for y'all to still do this? Where is it legal for y'all to do this? And another thing, why are the trainers always out of shape and overweight? And that's no disrespect, but I just kind of feel like, why are you handling a tiger? And I don't even know if you can run. Like, no disrespect, but do y'all notice that a lot of the time the people that handle those animals seem as if the only thing they have going for them is that they are fearless, because you can't really understand any reason why like that person would be tasked with handling a large tiger. Like, is it just me? I'm gonna let it go. Anyway, because I was just like, that man looked like if that tiger pull him, he gonna fall. Like, it looked unsafe, y'all. But they talking about Miami Tip. Monty, I agree. We shouldn't be hella hard on Erica. You ain't wrong, but I still have my face like this. I feel what you saying. I feel where y'all coming from. I do. But if you recently, been watching the old episodes, I think you will see it. And I've recently been watching the old episodes. But anyway, y'all, like I said, Suki want a tiger for her photo shoot. She wants Tip to be there instead of her mom. Y'all know around the pandemic, she went from having Miami Tip as her manager to having her mom as her manager. Okay. Kelly doesn't really think they need Tip to be there. He says that ever since Tip left, the career has been on an upward slant, and she doesn't need to come in and take any of the credit for what they've been doing. When actually it sounds like it's the opposite. It actually sounds like it's the opposite. Suki said that good coochie keeps her cool. I said, no, it don't. How does good coochie keep you cool? Because good coochie should be hot. I'm sorry. Good coochie is warm and steaming. Okay? It is like a good bowl of soup, bitch. Okay? That's what, like, I don't know how good coochie make you cold or cool. I don't know. That doesn't make sense when I think about when good coochie is popping, shit is sweating. Okay, so that don't even make sense. But anyway, Suki maintains that she respects Miami Tip and her contributions to her career, so she wants her there. Bobby, y'all, first of all, what the fuck did Bobby have on his head? I don't know. Bobby, why does your mouth look like a vagina with an STD? Can we figure that out? Bobby, can we figure out why your lips look like a vagina with an STD? Can somebody tell me? I think it's problematic, but if that's how you want it to look, if that's what you intended, Bobby, you don't look better than you did originally. I'm done. So Bobby has his own doll. Tip says that she's back at the strip club since Suki took her off the situation and brought the mama in. And I was just kind of like, I don't understand why that happened. If Tip was doing a good job, why would you bring your mom in? And then Suki was saying that she didn't want to bring her mom in because her mom was busy and her mom has a whole bunch of other clients that she works with and all of that. And I'm just like, so was your mom always a manager? Like, I need for it to make sense because right now it doesn't make sense. But Tip told Bobby that ever since she stopped, really being in charge of Suki as the manager or whatever, shit has been going downhill. You know what I mean? Why is Suki online posting her OnlyFans to her Instagram? That would never have happened if Tip was still in charge. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what Tip said. Bobby said it looked like Suki needs your help. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there, but Sister lost her Instagram. Sis is over there looking dejected, but acting like she cool. And that was the one thing I definitely noticed about Suki is that she seems that she's trying to put on for everybody and pretend that she's good. But in actuality, she probably stressed the fuck out. But she gonna keep acting like she got good coochie and that's all that matter and all of that shit. Her and that nigga breaking up every other day. So Tip says that when she was doing a lot of the business for Suki, one of the main things that people would keep asking was she a porn star or an artist? And y'all, we were saying the same thing. Like, we don't know which one she's trying to be, but this ain't it. Like, and then this is what we needed her to understand. It's one thing to be raunchy, to be sexualized. That's one thing. But to have actual disgusting pornographic video of you and promote it, that is another thing. And I feel like in this day and age, y'all really think that there are new rules to every game. And there might be new rules as far as how you're able to obtain fame and not necessarily having to have a big body behind you. But when it comes time to get to certain places, to get to the next level, then yeah, there are certain people certain things that need to be cleaned up, they need to be handled in a certain way. And Suki and her mama refuse to understand this. So they're still going about her career in a way, to me, that means she's never going to get any bigger than she already is. I feel like it was about to happen. Like Tip said, Tip had got her into the video with Normani and got him in a WAP video. Y'all remember she was in a WAP video? Tip was like, her music got her there. And it was the music that I think probably Tip was writing, or Tip was getting people to come in and write music for her. But Tip says, I was the one that was really pushing the music aspect. That's what was going to elevate her. But now, since I'm not in a situation and everything is left up to Lori and Kelly, she's just all over the place. And it does seem that way, y'all. For one, even though I understand where Tip is coming from, I'm still going to call bullshit on Tip, because Tip, how are you going to do for Suki what you can't even do for yourself? And what I mean by that is there was no reason that you needed to go back on a poll. If you have the wherewithal to help Suki get to a higher level, then you needed to be able to find a way to put yourself at a higher level so that you wouldn't have to go to the strip club when she decided to bring her mama in to manage. Okay? So Suki has her shoot, and the tiger is there. The tiger is unruly. He almost attacked Suki. We were scared. We was nervous. Tip said, this is some bullshit. Everybody in here is fucking up. First of all, there shouldn't have been a tiger. Second of all, where is security? Suki needs security at all times. If Suki would have had security, she wouldn't have gotten arrested. When Tip said that, and Tip was like, I don't know why you paying for this video out of pocket. I like when she was saying all of that shit, I was like, okay, so Tip does understand the business in a way that I don't think Suki and her people do. Because even these base level things sounded like Tip got a little bit more wherewithal up here, but I don't understand why Tip has not been able to flip that into something for herself. That way she doesn't have to go back to stripping, even if that's something that she wanted to do, but I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying? I always like Miami Tip, and she does seem very smart. So if you're going to be a manager, then you need to be a manager for a couple of people. You need to be doing this for somebody else so you don't have to go back to stripping. Okay? Suki, and at some point, Kelly, the dude Kelly and Tip were arguing. It was bitch made. It was bitch made. Okay. First of all, why? Because I'm checking you about what y'all are not doing for Suki's career. You want to start ribbing me about my hair. That's that bitch shit that I be talking about. Kelly, pull your pussy up. Okay, do us a favor and pull your pussy up. You can't deal with the fact that Tip then showed up and told y'all what y'all wasn't doing. So now you want to start talking about hair and how she look and the fact that she's stripping. Yeah, I got you on the stripping point, but at the same time, my dude, it seems to me that she was right about what you're not doing. That's what it seemed like to me. What you say? Like you said, there are new rules, but not new rules for everything. She fucked herself up for real, but wants to throw up City Girls and Cardi like, nah, honey. Right. Miami Tip has accepted she's going nowhere, but I do think she can get Suki further than where she is. And see, I don't think she needs to accept that. Tip has to make a band a night dancing if she went back, period. Miami Tip is very level-headed. Yes, she is. Yes, y'all like the video, please. Right. Okay. So, just reading what y'all saying, moving on. Okay. But yeah, I didn't like the way the Kelly dude was coming at Tip. Like, it's always bitch shit. Always want to talk about somebody. Hell, what they, oh, I'm stripping. Yeah, nigga, but I would have had security here, stripping and all. The fuck that got to do with what we talking about right now? Focus on you. All right. Speaking of managers that don't know what the fuck they supposed to be doing, let's go ahead and talk about Trina. Y'all, I'm tired of Trina. Trina has a cover shoot for a magazine. Her team gave her the wrong call time. That's what she said. Now, this is the second time since the season started where they have given her the wrong time. So at what point are you going to be getting the information for yourself about where you need to be and what time you need to be there? And I heard the conversation between CEO, one of the managers, and Raymond, her old man, that also seems to manage her. And it seems as if she puts the blame on the managers, but she knew what time she was supposed to be there. If that's the case, when Raymond told y'all, you're not supposed to be trying to force her as an artist to be more manageable for you. You need to tell her to be an artist and figure out how to manage her. When Raymond said that, I say, Raymond, you ain't never lied. You know why? Because if you know that Trina has a hard time being on time as her manager, do you know what you do? You give her a call time that's 2 hours early. Do you hear me? Give her a call time that is 2 hours before she's supposed to be there. That way she'll actually get there on time and the photographer won't have to leave halfway through the shoot because he has to go. He has to go and catch a flight. And he was only paid to be here for 8 hours and you showed up 4 hours into the 8. I don't understand. But I did like Raymond because CO sits down with Raymond while Trina's getting ready and asks him, how does he handle her? And he needs to stay on top of it so he can keep her under control. See, when CO told Raymond that you need to control her, that pissed me off. I said, Trina, fire them. You need new managers, bitch. Stop trusting your hood cousins or your hood cousins' friends to run your fucking business. When he told him you need to figure out how to check her and how to control her, and Raymond was like, man, you tripping. Raymond is very like mild-mannered, and when he said CO was tripping, I love that shit. I love that moment because he recognized that it's not my place to tell her that she, or it's not my place to control her. It's not your place to control her. You need to be a better manager, nigga. That's what Raymond was basically telling him. And Raymond says, when I'm the one that's here with her and the managerial duties are left up to me, I don't leave room for anybody else to be at blame but me. And then CO actually leaves and isn't there to talk to the photographer to see if he can get him to stay longer. I don't know what Trina expects because that photographer had told you he had to leave early and you still want I need to get myself together. Okay, well now you don't have as many shots. It is what it is. Y'all should have paid the person for 12 hours if y'all knew that she was going to be late like she's always late. So I still blame the manager. I think that her boyfriend just ends up being in that role because he's with her. And because of that, he just kind of ended up doing certain things that she needed to get done. He's basically like an assistant. He's a lover and a secretary. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But I like the fact that even though he was like, I think that she needs to, be in that billionaires, realm. I think we need to be trying to take Trina to the next level. Whatever the fuck that means for her at this point in her career, I don't know. But what I appreciated was the way he checked CO about, no, she don't need to be controlled. You need to be a better manager, nigga. I appreciated that moment because even though Trina is obviously a part of the problem here, I still think KD and Corey are bad managers. And obviously, if she's late, you tell her to come earlier. If you know she's going to be late, you pay the photographer to stay later. Like there's so many ways to handle issues that don't result in the artist flipping out, trying to get in contact with her fucking manager who isn't answering the phone. They need to be fired. That's how I feel. They need to be fired. Trina should venture out to do other things other than rapping. I could see her acting or giving people advice or something else. Me too. I don't understand why she hasn't gotten into real estate. Out there in Miami, get you a whole bunch of Airbnbs and let the homegirls come up there and lay up. Sorry, I'm at work. You're welcome. I saw another channel you love before I could catch you. You're my everyone. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you for coming through. Trina should venture. Yeah, I said that. Okay. Do you think her management team adds to why her attitude so fucked up? No. I mean, yeah, essentially, if you're stressing out a person who has a fucked up attitude, but like he said, she's the artist. They've had people moving around for them for a long time. So that's a part of the issue, which is probably why that radio show not on anymore, because they don't know how to do anything other than be pampered artists. I feel that Trina has responsibility in it. She seems entitled. Yeah, she has responsibility in it. She is entitled, and when it comes to certain things, she is entitled to be entitled. You know what I'm saying? At least with her management team, like they should have a handle on this shit. I don't believe it's the manager's fault based on the conversation he had with her boyfriend. It sounds like she just blames other people when she messes up. And if they don't take the blame, she get mad. That can very much be the truth. But that's why I said they should be scheduling around the way she is, like Raymond said, instead of just here's the right time call, be there late. No, tell her to come 2 hours early. If you're a good manager, there should be ways around doing this. She did real estate before rapping. She should do it. She should. Trina feels too much herself. I don't know what you. I think you mean Trina feels herself too much. I don't like saying shit like that because if I'm not feeling me, who gonna feel me? Why is Trina always coming for the number one spot? Because that's just something she like to say. that whole get something in her head and she just keeps saying it. Trina's Miami's version of Lauryn Hill. I mean, honestly, y'all, I don't know if y'all have paid attention, but Trina is responsible for a lot of the culture. Y'all may not like see it. And I think that a lot of the times, if people aren't where Beyonce is, y'all don't like to pay attention to their contributions to culture as we see it now. But to be clear, Trina was one of the first girls to be noticed, like in the industry, for having a fat ass. Okay, she was one of the first ones. She was one of the first ones that was friends with the Kardashians and introducing them to rappers and shit when they were coming into the black side of entertainment. Trina has been a low-key gatekeeper in a way, like in the industry. She became, after rapping for a long time, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but Trina was very much just like a socialite. Somebody that was invited to all of the good parties, knew all of the good people, had money, showed up, did this, did that, and connected people. People weren't really paying attention. But Trina has definitely influenced the culture in a huge way. In a huge way. And people just don't pay attention to it. The city girls are Trina, and basically, I have a lot of, I don't like her attitude all the time. I don't like the way she handles things a lot of the time, but I have a lot of respect for her because I grew up watching her, listening to her, and I know how there was a time when she was absolutely the one that put them Kardashian bitches on. I remember that shit. And now those are the people that everybody's looking at as the big influencers. So if you really think about it, the person who influences the biggest influencers now has way more clout than people give her credit for. And I think that's why she didn't want to come on Love and Hip Hop, because it would kind of tarnish her in a way in the eyes of people who did not understand all of what she has done over the years as far as affecting the culture. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I always have high hopes for Trina. It is what it is. As much as I don't always agree with her, I don't always like her. I'm not gonna say I don't always like her. I didn't like what she said when the George Floyd thing happened, those types of things. But all in all, I still root for her. I just do. All these girls are talking about getting dudes for their money. That's what all females rappers are talking about today. Influencer. I'ma get his bread, take all his dough. Then bitch, go ahead. What you waiting for? The right time. I'ma get it all. I'm telling you. This ain't no bullshit. I'm telling you. Ain't off the dope. Listen, Trina's albums taught the girls what to do. Okay? Taught the girls what to do. Hustler, I'm the queen of the South shit. Cute with a tight face. That's what I'm about, bitch. Sexy. Specializing for show. All about my pesos. Never was a fako. Like, I'm just saying, y'all gonna stop playing with my girl, okay? She might be, but at the end of the day, Trina really is the baddest bitch. She really is. Y'all gonna get my girl her flowers at some point. So y'all, let's move on from there. Florence. Y'all, Florence has her grand opening for her shop. And even though it was Pepto-Bismol pink all over the place, I did appreciate the prettiness of it. I appreciate the girliness and the huge, big old chairs to get your feet done in. Y'all, I love when Black people open really nice spas and places that like look beautiful. Y'all remember when K Michelle had Puffs and Petals? I really wanted to go to that place because it looked so cool, and I just never made it. Okay, but when I get back to Atlanta, I am definitely going down to Lanithia's Lounge and see what's going on, okay? But either way, y'all, I did think that her opening was super cute. Even the outside, she had the tent set up and the rugs and the pink poofs, and everybody was sitting under the tent waiting for it to start. And then when her sister Gaelle and her mom and her other sister Joyce walk through and you could see it. I just think it was very pretty. And I wish that they would have put more into showing us that, because I feel like it was like, I don't know, I just loved it. I thought it was so pretty. I was like, why didn't we get to see more of this happening? Like, sometimes if y'all gonna do this, take a little page out of HGTV book and show us before and afters, or give us beautiful sparkling pans so we could really see what it was before and what it is now. Because the last time we saw her, it didn't look like that shit was gonna be done. And to see the way it looks, it just looked really nice. But anyway, so Gael comes in with her mom, and Gael isn't proud of the way she handled things with Marlon. But her and the mom talk about how she doesn't want Marlon and Florence to stay together because of the way he is. Okay, so when they come inside, the mama was like, "I need for you to tell me what's going on between you and Marlon." I'm like, "Mama, this is not the time to have a conversation about this lady marriage right now. Okay, this is not the time." But either way, Gael and Joyce walk over, and the mom and them just basically trying to, even Florence works on my nerves, because I feel like she keep going back and forth between, yeah, my husband is a dog, but my sister is just being an asshole, and my sister just doesn't like him, and my sister just doesn't want us to be happy. Like, okay, girl. So Joyce comes over and says that Marlon touched her ass too. That's the other sister. And it's like, y'all, why y'all coming to me with this shit? I don't want to hear this shit right now. Which I understand, because that was not the time for them to have that conversation at all. Okay. So later on, when Marlon's ass finally gets there late, supposedly he was at the other venue getting ready for the after party. He probably was, but for some reason I'm like, or somewhere fucking somebody else, but whatever. Okay, he shows up with flowers. They're talking to the press. Oh, my beautiful husband, my wonderful, supportive husband, blah, blah, blah. My beautiful wife, I love her. It's everything. Basically bullshitting in front of people. Marlon thinks they good because they're bullshitting in front of people. And she's like, oh, no, sir. We're not good. I'm still upset with you. And now I find out that you're also grabbing Joyce's ass. What? Why they say that? They lie. What? This ridiculous. Get out of here. I said, that's your response, nigga? So I'm thinking one of two things. Either this nigga is absolutely doing all of this bullshit, or y'all got this man on here trying to be a scapegoat so y'all can have a storyline. I don't know which one it is, but I'm kind of leaning toward believing that Marlon is trying to fuck everybody. Marlon is trying to fuck everybody. And Florence is smart enough to hold on to it until it is profitable to talk about it and bring it up. Let me tell y'all something. They knew he was a cheater before they came on this show. And they knew it would be a good storyline on this show, because everybody loves a good cheating scandal, no matter what y'all talking about. No matter how many times y'all get bored with one person cheating and all of that type of shit. The next time y'all hear about a relationship with somebody cheating and it's a big breakup and, oh, they fuck this one and fuck that one, y'all love that shit. Stop playing. Y'all messy. We all messy. So we love that shit. You know what I'm saying? We entertained by it. It's life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they absolutely came on here with the knowledge that he was cheating. He was going to continue to cheat, and she was going to be able to come up off of him cheating in a way that benefited her. And honestly, y'all, I'm like, Florence, you is a smart bitch. You is a smart bitch, girl. Especially when you think about how she came on this show, and not only is she promoting her music, not only is she promoting her restaurant / club, but she's also promoting now her new salon. Florence is a smart bitch. I think the sisters fucked him. I think Gael fucked him for sure. I think Gael was about to tell on herself last episode and decided not to. He's cheated before and she accepted it, but knew he still was so, that's all good time for the show. Yeah. Not handling escorts. Excuse me. He don't even seem like he's trying to hide it. No. It seemed like she know what it is. We just got to keep the lie alive. But she know what it is. He's definitely fronting. Sadly, it's bad. It's a bad trait for Haitian men. Child, no surprises here. Reminds of how Candy promote her business. Absolutely. So y'all, moving on from there, let's talk about Sheila and Ace. Lastly, so Sheila talks to her life coach Melissa about everything that's been going on with her, and right now she feels really overwhelmed. And basically, what she discussed is feeling like she has put so much time and effort into Ace and anybody that he loves, including his mother, putting forth effort. And she gives this example where, you know, it was Mother's Day. He hadn't done anything for his mom. So she gets online, sends his mom some flowers, and the mom calls and says that I know Ace didn't send me these because these aren't as nice as the ones that I normally get because, you know, these are trash and he wasted his money. Basically being here's the thing though, I feel like that probably happened just like that because that mama was used to getting the expensive flowers that he would have sent when he had a lot of money. Now they don't have that same amount of money, so she sent what they could afford to send, and the mama had the audacity to tell her that that wasn't good enough. And I would have been like, and that is why she will never receive another thing of flowers from me. I don't give a fuck whether you my mama or not. You are not owed that. You are not owed that. Just because you laid down, got fucked, and had a baby does not mean your adult son owes you a specific, you know, type of bouquet of flower. Y'all live in the hood. I don't even understand why you coming at that girl like that. Other than the fact that you want to make her feel, you're trying to run her off. I think his mama is trying to run Sheila off. It's mental and emotional warfare that you're going to continue to be mean and try to, you know, fuck over her. And then he's going to continue to, no, it's not my mom's fault. And I don't like any of the blame being put on my mom. It is your mammy fault that you expect this woman to do all of what she does for you. And then when she asks for emotional support, you want to know if she can deal with it by herself. I said, nigga, what do you mean you want to know if she can deal with her issues by herself? She handles everything for you. And that was the killer part. I had to explain that to my husband. Just because I'm coming to you to vent about my issues, it does not mean that I don't have a handle on them. You know, or that I don't understand the other side of it. Okay, y'all know I have an Amazon store, right? Y'all go check out my Amazon store. I need to put some more stuff on there, but my socks and robe are on there. So like, go check that out. Ace definitely takes Sheila for granted, for sure. As much as he loves to tell everybody else about how great she is and how much she's helped his life, I feel like he doesn't show her that. And he also doesn't know how to reciprocate the support that she gives to him back to her. Yet you still expect her to do everything. And then at the end of the episode, when she explained to him that she basically feels like she's running a small business. When you are the woman of a rapper, they're just used to people doing things for them. And as a black man, you're specifically used to women doing things for you because your mom raised you that she did everything. So now you expect your woman to do everything. Another issue that my husband kind of had, where I had to make him understand that I am not your mama. I'm not doing it all just because. And also, I did not grow up like that. My daddy handled a lot of things, most things. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was also the cook. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up in that same type of house. So we had to have issues. We've had issues where I've had to consistently remind him that I was not raised to do everything. I will not do everything. And if you want to keep your wife, you gonna pick up some of this fucking slack. Okay? Like, I'm just saying, because niggas really do think like that. Clothes and food just pop up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't have to take care of themselves like that, especially not when they become artists and the world is now catering to them, not just the women in their lives, but the world is now catering to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have an issue, and that's why me and Lyric joke all the time about him being my lover and my secretary. Because in real life, like, y'all, I am that girl. You know what I'm saying? I you know, I'm on top of it. I manage the household. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, there are so many things that your man doesn't even realize that he's not doing for himself because he doesn't have to do those things. They happen. And you have to make them understand that. And I think that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to have a conversation with him where she lets him know all of what I do and how I'm overwhelmed and you don't do as much as you should do. And he got upset. He walked away. He got upset. He didn't really want to have the conversation because he didn't like that she was saying his mammy raised him to put more responsibility on his woman than he has on himself. And see, black men, y'all think because y'all have like this situation in the world that exempts y'all from what goes on inside our households. Like, oh, because white people are racist and always trying to kill black men, that means that y'all can come home and completely unleash yourselves and have no real responsibility to your household at home. Like, that was almost the mindset that I've understood. Because whenever somebody asks why y'all don't never make these niggas take responsibility for themselves, or why they feel like their women are supposed to be taking care of them in a certain way and all of that, y'all always want to, act as if women tripping. And we just out here complaining, and y'all got the weight of the world on y'all shoulders and shit, as if black women don't get killed by police officers, as if black women don't have to worry about being raped by niggas. Like, we all have our crosses to bear. But when we get into these households, I'm tired of y'all as black men feeling like y'all don't have to carry as much of the weight because of what y'all experience out in the world, as if your black women don't also experience their own set of challenges as black women out in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody talking about how we should be letting black women off the hook for whatever the fuck we out here fucking up on because of what we go through out in the world. Nobody has ever said that. No, I've never heard anybody. They say protect black women, but that's because there's a lack of protection for us in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I personally really love the conversation and what happened between Sheila and Ace, because this is a real issue. This is a real thing that couples go through, especially in this day and age where some of you niggas are still being raised and have mindsets of old niggas, but we're not old. We're not in 1980. We're not in 1990. We're not in 1960. We're not in 1970. We're in 2021. And y'all want women to be equal in work, but y'all also want them to still be housewives. It is too much. You have got to start taking some of the responsibility as a man on yourself. And what that means is your responsibility is not just to clean up. I mean, your responsibility is not just to pay for things. That's not your only responsibility. Okay? Oh, wait, I love it. Nope, disagree, Bondi. Now, mind you, I've just said 100% facts based off of my own experience, but Elaine wants to tell me that I'm wrong. Let me read it. Nope, disagree, Bondi. That's not how we think. We not mind readers, so we need our women to speak on what they need, then allow us to grow in that place. What do you mean that's not how you think? What do you mean that that's not how you think and you're not a mind reader? So that's insane to me, because we're talking about like them actually having a conversation and him telling her that he's upset about her being honest, is what we're saying. He even said at the end of the conversation that he agreed with her, but it's not an expectation, meaning that he agrees that she does all of these things for him, but that it's not expected. And that's what my husband would say all the time. I don't ask you to do that. It's expected, though. It's expected for me to do it. And if I don't do it, then it doesn't get done. So I don't know what this statement is about that I'm wrong about, but I'm not wrong. I'm not. I'm talking about society. I'm not talking about you specifically, Elaine. I don't know you or your life like that in order for me to be talking about you specifically. But what I am talking about is what I do know and understand as a wife, as a woman, and also as a woman, a black woman in this society. I absolutely am right about what I'm saying. We ain't got to argue about it. My dad seems to think paying for things equals you don't have to put up with whatever. You don't need to read minds, but pay attention to detail, like your women do. Like your women do. And another thing, what do you mean read minds? Like, who said you needed to read minds? Who said that? Who said that? And here's the thing. Women are very communicative. Women often say exactly what we need and want. You just don't want to do it, so you find a way to act like you didn't hear me. My husband would do that too. I would remind him of something. I would say, I told you about this, and he would be like, oh, babe, I didn't remember. Oh, why you didn't remind me? Oh, I didn't hear when you said that. But it always goes back to, why didn't I remind him? So I'm sorry, but you're not going to tell me I'm wrong on this one. Child, he's getting better. He's definitely getting better. But at the end of the day, okay, Y'all, I'm telling y'all right now. Okay, real conversation. Bondi, you and I would never argue, at least on my end. You're generalizing, and just like that's your experience, my experience in marriage is different. Well, sir, we're talking about these two people. We're talking about these two people, and then we're generalizing based off their situation because it is like a lot of other people's situation. Elaine, if it ain't you, baby, then we're not talking to you. Because, like I said, my daddy wasn't that type of man. I mean, did I not say that? Didn't I say that my daddy cooked and that I didn't grow up in a household like that? Obviously, that's not everybody, but you cannot argue with me about society feeling as if women should be more responsible in the household than men. That is absolutely the truth. It's absolutely the truth. Things like this just further solidify the fact that when men and women think differently, meaning women think about everyone, men have thoughts that pass through and only pertain to their needs and wants, which is what society allows. It's just like with white people. White people only have to really care and worry about what happens to them, and they can completely detach from what's happening to everybody else. Men are allowed to do that same thing, specifically black men in black households. I think it's because when we explain what we need, they take it as if we are saying they have not done anything or bring that. Yeah, you say I have an issue with this and this, but you acting like I don't never do that. I never said you never do nothing. I never said that. We are talking about this specific issue. Okay. Thank you. You were speaking on what we are seeing, not the universe, not what the universal goes through. Like that's what I'm saying. We're talking about this specific situation. Okay. The irony of telling black women what they go through every day. I've been married for 11 years. Bondi is spitting straight up facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, sir, as a husband, I know you want to speak, but I would like to know what your wife got to say. And if you a different type of nigga, then great. You know what I'm saying? You won't raise boy children that give women these problems. It's based off of our experience. You are absolutely correct. Oh my God, sit down. He clearly just not gonna understand. Never seen a man have a title of homemaker. Maybe more so now, but never really like that. And it's not even something that you niggas feel comfortable with. Y'all niggas will really be bums and don't want nobody to say y'all a house husband, even though your ass at home all day. I remember the chicken situation. Bondi told Mr. Lyric to take out the chicken. He said he didn't hear her. And we the people confirmed she said, take out the chicken. You see, some of y'all have been here for some of this shit. Women are considered more intuitive in society. I don't even know if it's considered more, as we just are. As women, we do a lot of shit that goes unnoticed. When you live with a man, they automatically expect you to play the wife role, married or not. That's another thing. And that's why I always tell y'all, stop acting married when you're not. And y'all get mad because y'all want the respect of the relationship that comes along with thinking that you're not single just because, oh, I'm in a relationship. You are single until somebody marries you, period. But if the things a woman is looked at to do isn't done, you think the man not going to tell your ass what you not doing? Come on. I mean, Martell, you wasn't sucking enough dick, so I cheated. They don't listen when we express our emotions. No, because they hear it as aggravation and annoyance. Just like Sheila was saying when she was talking to him about how she was having that anxiety attack, and he was just kind of like, not really saying anything. So she expresses to him what she's feeling, and he's like, what now? Like the aggravation. Like, I can't tell y'all how many times he's done that to me. And do you know what I do? Okay. Completely shut down. He don't like that shit. If I threaten to shut shit down, and what I mean is I shut down. He don't like that shit. So don't get me in a space to where I feel like you are tired of hearing me, because when I decide to stop talking, you're going to be upset. I guess I'm just a different type of nigga then. Yeah, and that's fine. But if you are listen to me though, Elaine, hear me on this. If you really are a different type of nigga, then you would also have the understanding that even though you may be an exception to a rule, most niggas think with the same thing that we've been saying. Most women experience what we've been saying, specifically Black women. So what I'm saying, I mean women period, because I feel like women in general are tasked with a majority of household, responsibility and all of that. But if you are different, then I need for different to translate to the mindset of I am doing something different than what everybody else is doing, but I also see that most people still do this, or I can see how women can feel like this. That's how you truly be different. Don't just be different, but also understand that when we say these things, it is true. It is fact. Just because you're not that way, it does not mean that most of y'all niggas are not that way. Because I just told y'all how different my paw is. Even amongst all of his, I'm sorry, shitty ass friends that may not have been as on their shit as he was. You can ask any married man, at least half of them won't be able to tell you what their Black wife go through every day. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm not doing wife things for someone I'm not married to. And I mean, it's a mistake I made too. It's a mistake I made too. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I know. And that's why we be trying to tell y'all. Married women be trying to tell y'all all the time. Y'all ain't want to listen. Married 37 years. She's telling the truth. My husband had to learn. You gonna learn today. Okay? It is definitely like a process. And the funny part about it is me and Lyric have been together for years. And these were issues that would just kind of come and go. You clean them up, shit kind of fall off. You clean them up, the shit kind of fall off. And eventually within our marriage, it was like, so either the issue is going to get better and stay better, or we're reevaluating. And women, I feel like, have to get to that point. Women have to get to a point where they are willing to drop their nuts. And if your husband loves you as much as he says he does, then he should be willing to make the necessary adjustments, because I feel like women make those adjustments, all the time. Women make those adjustments without even being asked. When I tell y'all, I can't even tell y'all half the shit because it ain't none of y'all business. But the truth of the matter is, y'all, like, I go above and beyond. I go above and beyond. But that's what I was taught to do. Thank you, Baraka Halate. Okay, for the super chat. Preach. I've been there before. I feel like we all have. Like, when I talk to my married homegirls, we all often have some of the same arguments, even if our men different in tax bracket or what they bring. They still in some way expect you to be some fucking 1950s housewife while still being the 2000s wife and working and bringing shit to the table and all of that type of stuff. Like, we've all had these conversations. When you guys refer to doing wife things when you're not married, what exactly are you referring to? So I know. So what we mean is cleaning up after them, cooking for them constantly, being constantly accessible to them, giving them loyalty in a way that is equal to loyalty you would give somebody in marriage when it is not equal. Okay. And what I mean by that is, a lot of the times, and this wasn't my situation, but men will be out here still dating other women and have women that they're in relationships with. The women, on the other hand, have to be with this one nigga while he's out there dating other people, basically. They call it cheating, but that's what's happening. Okay. I feel like women should be flipping that shit a little bit more often. Okay. Women should be out here dating other people. Okay, maybe they have a main relationship, but be honest. Everybody should be being honest. Dating other people, seeing what else is out there, seeing if a dude is deserving of all that you want to give him. Because if you're a woman like me, you like somebody, you vibe with him, you get attracted to him, you have sex with him, the sex is great. And then all of a sudden you want to give them everything you have to give. And they haven't done anything to earn all of that besides have a few good dates with you and give you some good dick. That's not enough for cleaning, cooking, taking care of you, taking care of a household, possibly having children for you, and then taking care of those children, like all of those things. Okay. And another thing is what y'all need to understand is that a lot of y'all don't have the setup that it requires. Meaning, you walking around in a relationship with a man, y'all are not married, y'all have kids. Does anybody have life insurance policies? Because if that nigga die, you still gonna be caught out here and you just gonna be a girlfriend. or, community property, if that's the case. I'm just saying, like, women often give up exactly what men are looking for in wives without those men giving up what women are looking for in husbands. I'm just saying, child. I'm just saying. Mhm. Child. One of my married friends right there, child. I don't understand, but we men have to pay the bills, put it down in the bedroom, be there for your emotional needs, and do the cleaning and cooking. I'm confused. I'm so confused by niggas who do, like, really. This is what you got from all that we were saying, is that we don't want to do everything. We want y'all to do everything. Is that what you heard? Okay, child. I guess. I mean, I feel like we were just explaining, like we were talking about what Sheila said and how she handles all these things. And another thing is, and I've said repeatedly, that most of us as women bring in money. We don't just not bring anything to the table, and y'all still want us to be housewives when you're not the husband that's able to supply that. Like, if you want somebody to take care of you all the time like that, then that needs to be the only job then, right? But if we're both working, then we both need to do our parts. We both need to clean up. We both need to have areas of the house that we handle. We both need to carry the weight if we are both working. Okay? But it is very much, we're both working. Man comes home, where's food? Is his clothes clean? What, you know what I'm saying? Where is this? Where is, like, I'm sorry. Like I said, I was not raised like that. My daddy was not like that. But a lot of y'all are. Bondy, you basically summed up Like a Boy by Sierra. They want us to be that 1950s role as a homemaker caregiver while still holding down full-time jobs, making more money than them, and still looking good, like, and having children and pushing them out and all of that. If you're not married, you're not playing mom to his kids. Sacrifice more of your time than his. Stopping your life, taking care of him, etc. She just listed a whole bunch of things. Stop giving boyfriends the wife treatment. Okay, child, oh girl, listen. I'm telling y'all from mistakes I've made. Women making money now. I know very few women who don't work. So that's why I don't know what the fuck he's talking about how we want him to do all of this and cook and clean. Boy, bye. Yeah, I do want you to clean your own clothes. I do. I do want you to put a load of laundry in the wash and fold your own clothes every now and again. I do want you to clean a bathroom every now and again. I do want you to wash your own dishes every now and again. Absolutely. I certainly want you to take your part in the household, because it is not a job that should be for one person, especially when that person works as well. Most of these folks don't date, court anymore. Right. They go from meeting on the app to now we go together. Now we live together. When you gonna propose? So, girl, I'm getting married. Slow down, little red Corvette. You ain't never lie. That's exactly the way it goes. We are partners. Okay? Partners. As a married man, sometimes you have to do all those things. The key is to flow like water and not stay hardened like cement. What other time did you have to do all those things? I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just trying to think, like, do I feel like, there are really times when men are doing all of those things and the woman is not doing any? I don't know. I don't know if I feel that way, but you are right. The key is to flow like water and not harden like cement, which is to stay mutatable and to do as things need to be done, instead of feeling like there are certain jobs that the woman's supposed to do and certain jobs that the man's supposed to do. No. Now, at the end of the day, that nigga's stronger than me. He's going to take the trash out. It's too heavy to pull that bag out. I tried. It's too much. It's easier for him to do it. I'm not going to do anything that's harder for me than it is for him. But I don't expect him to do things that I do easily that are hard for him. Like, it's about balance. A lot of men think all they have to do is work. That's true. And I've seen a lot of you niggas not even really be good parents. Y'all think just because y'all there in the household, that's all y'all have to do. I really don't understand what's so hard about cleaning up after yourself, child. I don't either. I don't either. But men love just like not cleaning bathtubs. Y'all love not doing certain things. Like y'all really don't, y'all will let things get to the most disgusting point before y'all do something about it. Even when it comes down to y'all health, y'all just really don't, y'all sometimes can't seem to multitask all the time. Not, everybody, but just sometimes y'all niggas seem like y'all have a hard time handling as many things at one time as women seem to handle at one time easily. Men love to put women working and staying home wives together like, no ma'am, no ham, no lamb. I need the house clean, food cooked, kids in order when I come home, vice versa. Okay? And if we need help, get some fucking help. And if some things fall through the cracks some days, some things fall through the cracks some days. You know what I'm saying? But don't be up here, woman, why you ain't did this? Nigga, I had shit to do. Why you ain't do it? The fuck? Let's keep it 100. A lot of men don't even know how to set up things to make the household function. My husband didn't know how to set up bill pay, utilities, insurance, didn't grocery shop, nothing. They really do be like that, bruh. And that's because in their lives, their moms have done everything, and their moms trained them to find a woman to do those things for them after the fact. Hell, all the men in my family do have. Some of them work long hours, then wives, but still take care of the kids. My great grandmother didn't play that. I know that's right. My husband gets mad when I touch the trash, and I appreciate that about him. Or do any less than me. Child, I have to sneak and take the trash out myself. Girl, don't take that trash out. I ain't gonna lie. I take boxes outside. But see that big ass bag? He got to do that. My coworker, I will leave it there all day. I was like, you left it here. And that's what I've learned, that you as women, we be like on it. But if you want them to do it, leave it there. Stop doing it. Excuse me, my coworker new boyfriend is washing the dishes before she get home and doing the laundry without being told. Shout out to the mothers who raise self-aware sons. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Okay, I hope one day my husband thinks the way you do. You have to train these niggas, to be honest. That sounds like Marceau don't think he need to spend time just working is enough. There are a lot of men that think that way. Some men want to do the least work but want the most credit as husbands and as fathers. Women are running themselves ragged. Men at the barbershop taking 5 hours to get there. Like, nigga, what is you doing? This is such a great topic because ever since COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs, so the roles end up changing. So you're hitting everything on the head. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You really have to just, do as you can. And to me, it really should always be about lightening each other's load. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lyric is at work right now. As soon as I get off of here, I'm about to go figure out what else I'm going, because I had got my lunch earlier, which was only 2 salads and some soup. He gonna want more than that. And I ain't go to the store because I ain't have time, and I ain't cook because I ain't had time. So what we gonna do? I'm gonna go and get us some food, and when he come home, he'll have food. Like, my parts. Okay? We 50-50 that shit. Bondy is saying that it would be nice if men would take the time to do what they do around the house, like be in their shoes for once. At least pick up your drawers, nigga. Or for me, your socks. I'm tired of picking up your socks. Like, Lyric, like for instance, Lyric doesn't think to make the bed in the morning. Lyric is not gonna make the bed, like unless he see me coming upstairs or something like that. He will have to think about it. It's not an automatic thing. At night, before we go upstairs for bed, he's not going to throw away cups that he was drinking from or any trash that he didn't put on the coffee table since we've been laying here. He's not going to clean any of that up. He's going to get up. He's barely going to find his phone. He's going to go upstairs. He's going to get in the bed. When he get up in the morning, he's going to come down here. He's going to lay down until he's ready to go to work. And then he's going to go to work. And when I come downstairs, I'm going to clean up everything. Like, I'm just saying, like, because he's not going to think to do it. But when I see it, I'm like, that need to be picked up. That need to be. I've watched a nigga walk over trash on the floor. I say, you don't see that shit? You gonna keep walking over it? They act like they don't know so that we don't ask or expect them to do more. That doesn't work with me. If you're that aggravated, leave. That doesn't work with me. Okay, exactly. You could be sick as hell and still be expected to take care of everything and everybody. Here's the thing. I feel like we should make it as 50-50 as we absolutely can, but we know at one point or another, somebody's not going to be able to give their full 50 and the other person's going to have to take up the slack. It just happens. And that's not the problem. The problem is the overall idea that you should not have to think about certain things because somebody else is going to do it for you. I raised my son and daughter to know how to cook, clean, invest, and how to treat folks. Dion, we appreciate you for your contributions. Okay. I throw out away if I see it too many times. Go ahead and look for it again. Child, I'm good for throwing shit away. Expressing love to your partner without feeling obligated is a characteristic of a real marriage, Bondy. You training him. I'm trying because I made mistakes early on. So I'm trying to curtail the mistakes I made early on because, to be honest, most of my relationships being with women early on, I had a different understanding of relation. I didn't really know how to navigate relationships with men because I was used to being in relationships with women. High school, college, I was in relationships with women. Women are automatically take care type people. Automatically. The things that I never had to ask a bitch about, I have to make sure I mention to my husband 5 million times. Like, I'm sorry, but that's kind of the way, it is. So I didn't understand that early on. So I would just give freely without understanding that with men, there's some training that needs to happen because you can't give freely to men because they take advantage even when they don't mean to. I said that. My uncle cursed me out for taking the trash out. Clearly said, I'm my apartment. You better not be having company and your trash ain't taken out. Yeah, because they know a lot of times young girls won't ask of these niggas what they need to be asking of them. Like women that lay up with a man and ain't got nowhere to live and all of that type of shit. The fuck you giving up pussy for and you ain't got nowhere to stay. Child. State of Louisiana. At 5:31. Child, leave a message. Because I paid my state taxes, so I know y'all ain't calling me for no money. I sent y'all a whole check for them state taxes. Leave me alone. Like, sir, how I clearly ain't had a man here if I'm taking the trash out myself. My uncle playing away. I love it though. Anyway, y'all, I love y'all. This is a really good conversation. I've been talking for an hour and 40 minutes. This is a good conversation though. I didn't even mean for it to go on this long, but girl, we had to. It was a good time had by all. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today's lives. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? I don't know what y'all gonna see me for, but y'all gonna see me for something. All right. Peace out, y'all.